It's hard to keep up, but if you fail and if you fall, you know to pick you up. I love you, baby, but I'll never change. Loving isn't easy, baby. Love is for keepers, and I will hold on. We'll hold on to you. We'll hold on to you. We'll hold on. We'll hold on to you. We'll hold on to you.
More than 70 million people in the United States go to the movies each week to get away from their cares and to find entertainment, romance, and thrills on the magic screen. On the magic screen. More than 70 million people in the United States go to the movies each week to get away from their cares and to find entertainment, romance, and thrills on the magic screen. On the magic screen.
We encourage lawlessness with the force of caution.
Well, kind of hard to say that or to hold it off for that long, but yeah, I am attempting to use an 8-bit NES conversion kit. So I have an NES controller that I hollowed out, took the old circuit board out. I have it in a bag somewhere, and then I'm trying to get it to connect, but I think I have to update the firmware or something that I don't know. It's being a pain, but I also might have. Let me try one more thing quick. One more thing. This will either go amazing or absolutely horrible, because I think I might be trying to pair it. Find controllers. To pair it to something that already exists, and I know it comes up as a Pro controller, so I'm going to quickly try deleting every Pro controller except for the ones that that I'm using. If I can, just forget, disconnect controllers. Oh, yeah. Actually, it might be worth the problem. No, it won't be worth stream disconnecting. Well, that's already frustrating off the bat. Now, well, it's been so long since I used it last that... Hang on. What do you mean, no sound? Okay. Oh, it's just extremely... Okay, there it goes. So probably a good thing that we're only shooting for a 2-hour stream. That went from very quiet to very loud, because it definitely doesn't want this to happen. But welcome in Kara, welcome in Zaratar, and welcome in Mecha. Hopefully you're all doing well, and happy Valentine's Day. Brett, you're using an NES controller? Once touched a SNES and I felt like never go back. Yeah, I really like the NES controller because it's just nostalgic to me. Like, it feels good. And honestly, with the new board in it, the main issue of the age of the controller causing various malfunctions, not really a thing. Granted, during that whole thing, I had to first... It was a fun project, because I first had to unscrew everything, as you do. Ah, dang it. I just laughed my microphone into... Wow. I think today's cursed. I think today is just cursed. And because of that, I am rewinding early. Because, it keeps forgetting. Yeah, that's fair. Like, for a lot of people, it's just kind of meh. For some people, it's a good day, but I feel like the most common... Nope. The most common reaction is just, it's a day. Okay, how you doing? Doing alright. It's been a day where I continuously don't know how I'm still upright. Because it doesn't make any sense. I was absolutely exhausted all day yesterday. The day before that, too. So for most of the week, it's been, I've gotten home and absolutely crashed. And I was expecting to as well today, because normally for work, the place I work at has 2 facilities, and I usually go to the one closer to me. But today, because of some training stuff, I had to go to the one that's half-hour away, and which still isn't bad, but the thing is that the way that it's all set up, normally the highway is just a mess, and every time I try to go home that way, it always takes an hour, because like every time there's an on-ramp, everyone just freaks out, forgets how to drive, and it slows down. It sucks. But yeah, not only was there none of that happening, it was oddly quiet today. I also didn't do much because I was setting up a new hire's laptop, so mostly I was just sitting there staring at download screens and on my phone, and like no one was in the office because I don't know, I guess they saw the weather and thought, nah, I'd rather take a day off or personal time than deal with that. Like Valentine's aesthetic more than day? Yeah, I get that. Like, it's one of those things where the aesthetic, and for some reason on Blue Sky, I am following a lot of Finnish people, and they keep on talking about how for Finland it's not just romantic love, it's every single type of love, especially for friends. I'm like, that's a lot better. I just like that. The Finns, much like sauna and rally racing, are just right about this. Give you that start so late? Yeah, it would be nicer earlier, but it's like just enough that it's like tutorializing that if, hang on, let me focus on one thing at a time. Like saunas. Well, as a quote. Like, it's enough that if you don't know to full send it, you probably won't run out of the first star of the game, which is nice. Ah. Always get the last one wrong. I always give the mushroom a plant mustache. Right. That is a trap. Don't take that. I don't know, I feel like the fire flowers in Mario, unless you're doing a water level, are rarely better than the whatever the special power-up of the world of the game is. If only I weren't getting stomped in the Four Nations face-off hockey tournament. Well, I feel given the current political climate, Canada has some very well-deserved anger to work out, and that's just going to happen on the ice, you know? Could be worse, could be like Japan. Valentine's Day is one thing, but having a male gift-oriented white day feels ridiculous. Yeah, that's true. Is there a female equivalent of White Day, or is that just like guys give gifts on White Day and then are also expected to do it on Valentine's? Oh, just Valentine's. All right. Well, I am not surprised by that, honestly. There's just so many things where it's like, I suppose more so in America, where the expectation is you do gifts for, like, guys do gifts, but don't get much in return because that's just how the culture shakes out. Like, they don't get gifts, aren't supposed to be happy about that. Ow, come on! Really? It's usually if you hit that at full tilt, it gives you a star, but I guess, screw that. 0. Yeah. I mean, I could rewind, but aside from the one that just felt cheap and stupid at the start with some tech problems, last time I played this game on stream, I ended up with 75 lives. I ended up with a ridiculous amount of lives. Like, oh, come on, get under there. Like, it was above 70 lives, and I don't think there was a game over for the entire playthrough. Because, yeah, when I said that when I was trying to get the NES controller, which would have felt so good today to use, like, just, it's nostalgic, you know? That this is literally my first memory. I know I told the story last time, but... Game, what the hell are you doing? Come on. I'm doing the thing. But that's not a joke. The earliest IRL memory that I have... Wow. Game's just mad at me. Maybe it knows I haven't played it in a while. Understandable. But IRL, that is the earliest memory that I have. It was just of someone, don't know who, wasn't looking at him, was looking at the TV. As someone was playing this game, and unfortunately I have no idea if they were actually on this level, if I just remember they were playing this game, but not the level. I really want to say, dang. I really want to say it's the Karibo Shu one in World 4, but unfortunately, there's so many instances where I think something happens, but that was a fake memory that my brain tricked me into having, that I can't trust that information. So we're going with a hard maybe on that, and you know, it's my false memory. I can just own it. Totally Karibo Shu. So remember, there's an item box, a hidden item box back there once, but I don't remember what ship it's on. Getcha. But yeah, I'm aiming for about 2 hours stream today, and worst case, I will just use the warp whistles to get to World 8. That my record playing this on stream is 3 hours to go through all the way legit. I only rewound on the last castle because it's a maze one, and those are just, they're fun, but they're frustrating. Because I remember I died on the last thing. Is like, there's a thwomp right up against the last door, and if you get through that, you get to the final boss, which is just, they're free. The castle bosses are, they're just free. Yep, there we go. Oh, hey Nightly. Oh, hey Nightly, thanks for the check-in. And hey Zero Realm, how you doing? Hope you're both having good days. I also have no idea if that is... Ow! Damn it! Ah, well, it's not actually a big deal at all, because... it's always power-ups. Yeah! Fair and understandable. Alright, how's everyone doing? I think I got distracted by... Oh, right. It's... God. So this should be enough proof that my brain isn't working. I forgot where that is. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. If you have anything fun going on, I do want to hear about it. And finally a star. Doing it correctly every time, then, man. Oh, right. I always forget. I never get the first one. I shouldn't. I have to remember that the universe loves to prove me wrong, so I really just have to make a concentrated effort to say... Oh, well, I know where that is next time. To just say things that I expect to happen out there in the world. Like, I 100% believe that if I didn't post the other day, that I'm probably going to be too tired to stream. Ah, dang it. Today, that I would have been too tired, because the world just loves to prove me wrong. And the better it can do that, the more it loves to do that. So, like, just saying shit is a surefire way to make sure that it doesn't happen. It's like the opposite of manifesting. You know, just say like, yeah, this won't happen, and it won't. Doing the Black Site mission, I have no idea what that means, so I'm going to say yes, that counts as fun. Yeah, got it in 1-0 realm. Let's go gambling. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Although, my luck in Risk of Rain 2 has been amazing. I've gotten so many red items from chests early on and Shrines of Chance that it's just disgusting. Annoys the hell out of anyone I'm playing with, but I love it. Just had a thought of what's the minimum amount that I need to do in order to actually beat this game? Like if I was trying for butter, thank you. Like if I was trying for a legit speed run of this. Because the 2 warp whistles in World 1 are, outside of glitches, definitely the way most speedrunners do go about this, but the problem I've always had is that you then end up in World 8 without anything. Think I'm close to beating Tears of the Kingdom after 2 years? Hell yeah! Like, that's not even, I don't even feel that that's a long time because they're still dragging out new content and references, and I remember as hearing, I think it was probably Overly Sarcastic Productions. Like, I'll be honest, if it's not someone who's in the auto shoutout bot, they're like the only other streamers that I watch. It is 100% people I know and them, which fits nicely considering that the reason that I started watching streamers was because I was in a hotel room with COVID, and I remembered hearing like something through a Joe Cat retweet that I only saw because did I go too early? I think I probably did. Ah well. I only saw because it was because I followed him through Overly Sarcastic Productions, and one thing led to another, and I'm like, well, that seems like oh yeah, it was Valentine's Day that I had COVID too. Remember that as well, that all happened as Valentine's Day. I'm like, well, I am literally doing nothing else today, and everything hurts, so that's just coins. Killing aliens who've been abducting people at the black site where they've been taking people they've been abducting. Best of luck. Hope that works out and that you can re-abduct those people. So you finish out the depths and some of Sky Archipelago, but it just got the Master Sword. Dang, after 2 years? Was it like, have you been able to keep the playthrough? That ain't. Through like spoiler free, or is it just a case of I know where it is, I keep on getting distracted by the way? And are you going for 100%? Because that is a lot of game to 100%. What was I talking about? I don't know. Oh sweet, we get to kill the sun. That ain't. Kind of mad so far doing side con, turns out there's another save. Could have. That one's rough. Alright, let's just. Well, we're doing this raw. Oh wait, there's another turtle to kill the sun with. If I don't. Alright, now we are, because What, are we going to fight the sun? Yes. Oh. Yeah, that's what I've always had an issue with. Was it? Yeah, that was there. With those games, because I can and have ranted about those games time and time again, just because they fill a permanent niche in my head of this is the newest thing. Everyone loves it. There's a reason why. But it also leaves me feeling like there's something that it could still have, that it's not perfect. I want it to be better. Why don't I feel it's perfect when that's a general consensus sort of thing of living rent-free? The other thing is that it's just such a good game and is so bonkers with, especially Tears of the Kingdom, the fact that they have multiple soft body collisions and a bunch of stuff that just makes the game, anyone who knows things about game devs say, what the fuck did they do? Like fucking off and doing other, yeah, like that. And every time I play both of those games, one of the last things I do in both of them are the story. Like, I will fuck off with it. I might go to the Rito Village first in Breath of the Wild and for Tears of the Kingdom just to get Rivali's Gale, but most of the time, no. Now, where's the damn switch in this mess? It's on one of these. There it is. Doesn't matter now. But I always just end up fucking off into the wilderness. And I remember, yeah, when it first came out and me and all my friends in college were playing it, everyone was leagues ahead of me because they were just doing stuff. They were doing the story. They found the stuff and were completing objectives and doing side quests. I'm like, I haven't found any of that armor you're talking about. I don't know where it is, but I have most of the depths mapped out, a lot of the Sky Archipelago, and through the sheer nonsense of inadvisably applying heavy machinery over and over, I have not needed it. But there was just a point in that game where I had to say, nope, I have played this long enough. I won't 100% it. And I'm just going to have to be okay with that. I don't care about finding all the nonsense. I don't care about exploring everything. If playing this game has now, like, that's a game that broke me into actually being able to finish games again. Because I'm like, no, I won't. I'm starting to feel like this is a chore. I have to finish this. I have to. Dang it! I have to beat this game or play something else. Those are my options right now. Look, yeah, and the caving is so much fun. Like that, they did a good job of just saying, all right, here's some nonsense. Go off, explore, and feel kind of horrified, because, yeah. Oh, Armored Fiend delayed saving Zelda for fashion. Okay, but like, she can't be too mad about that, right? Like, is it really worth it if you don't look your best? You gotta look your best. Although, part of the reason that I'm not an Armor Fiend is 9 times out of 10, special effects don't really matter to me, so I'm just like, alright, I have the mathematically highest, usually aggression, like, stat buffing nonsense. And wow, why is that just not working? Oh, hang on, I got a text. Someone asking if I survived my day. I told them no. She's fine. I look good. Yeah, she's held the darkness at bay for couple hundred years, give or take. She can do it for 10 more. But yeah, it's something I noticed that I will either go for the heaviest fuck off armor I can find, like for Armored Core, most of my mechs fall heavily into the, well, heavy category. I think I only have two patterns that is light mechs. I've just been messing around with medium because I realized, wait, I don't get hit near as much when I'm fast, and it feels really fun to play. But when I get to stats, I'm like, I don't need armor. I don't need speed or maneuverability. I can just face tank, and I want the heavier weapons and heavier parts, and anything below this threshold, which always ends up being a move speed of 330-ish, or 360 is when it feels fast. I don't give a fuck about stats. I'm trying to serve. That is, you are the type of person, Caro, that needs to exist for gaming, because if you optimize too much like I do, it becomes kind of boring. Like, you look ugly, you feel ugly. Oh, come on. That was off the shell. And it's just all around bleh. But once you try for a little bit of nonsense and a little bit of just pure aesthetics, then you get somewhere. So that's another problem I had. Like, everyone expected me to make weird and crazy machines. You know what my most used thing was? A wheel glued to a stabilizer so it always stayed upright with a steering stick attached. 3 items, that was it. I'm like, this gets me everywhere I need to go. It stays upright. I love my motorcycle. Which was too bad, because I was like, yeah, I could technically do more. I could make something elaborate, but there's a construction limit. After a point, it doesn't really make sense to put more into it when I can cause plenty of nonsense with bare minimum parts. And my biggest gripe about the game that is just old loaf yells at clouds is that I am so mad that they had this whole Sky Island, this whole setup that was a major thing about building, and the wings are the only parts in the game that you can actually get destroyed while out in the world. Like, seriously? That's what you're going with? I only have a handful of minutes of flight time with this thing? Because like, I was really proud of one of my early inventions. It was just a fan boat, but instead of using logs like they told me to, in order to steer it, I put on a wing because you could lean those, and like riding and like with motorcycle steering, it's like, oh, how do you turn? You just go a little bit to the left or right. And then I drowned because it's like, no, you cannot do that. It will disappear after a while. I'm like, oh, fuck off entirely. Yeah, like, let me glide. Hey, Cass, how's it going? We are playing Mario and yelling, congrats on first. And thank you for throwing things at me. Or me at me? I don't know how that works. Ooh, mitosis. Yeah, exactly, Caro. Like, not only the fact that I found a couple of things work really well, and I had no reason to variate from them at all, is either long stick, massive bridge, a whole bunch of rockets pointing at a direction. Brett is speedrunner now. Oh, that's always been something I've been able to do with this game. Like, this is one of the games I can't watch other people play on Twitch because there was one time where I was watching someone play and they're like, God, this game is much harder than I expected. I wonder if anyone... Ow! That was a misclick. That one just... There. And, like, if anyone has done this without getting a game over, I'm sitting there like... I'm not gonna say it, but I did this a week ago with... And ended with 75 lives in 3 hours, and you're on hour 12. I found that if you grab it again, it resets the time. Yeah, really hard to do in the air, but like that timer alone, I feel like there's so many devices and machines that they just left on the table because they didn't want you to have infinite flight nonsense. It's like, no. Hang on, that is cool. This is a game primarily about doing cool things. Let us have a little bit of coolness. It'll be fine. It won't kill you, and it's not like... And like, it didn't even matter at the end, because everyone stopped using planes and just started using the hover bikes, because they just work as good, or they work better than that. And I remember there's still something where people were able to like make an infinite flight machine because they used electrical motors that were in one shrine, and then that gave them infinite flight. All right, not that one. I think it's... Let's see if I remember this. It's like second thwomp? I want to say it's right after... Wait. Yep. I'm like, it's around that thwomp. It's either before or after. I always want to say it's after. But I remember dropping in the water at least once per castle on this. So that means I probably go after. Never mind, it's just like this. It's just built like this. It's like on a weird... It's weird, but I remember it's right before... It's by a thing. Maybe it's by this. Probably. I don't know. I suppose that the point of of Tears of the Kingdom is that there's theories, and they just want you to do that sort of thing. Right, it's the 7th one. I remember now. But I wouldn't be surprised if that started off as either like, oh, if we give people infinite flight, there's a problem. Or something with physics. The most common reason that you can't do cool things in life usually is because of physics. They're very restrictive. I don't know how people abide by them. It's a whole thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some game physics of like, yeah, it turns out if you let people have infinite glide, they can get infinite speed, and that causes issues. Or if originally it wasn't going to be as... We lost what... Oh, Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda. That got brought in, and I got brought up, and I was in mid-rant and got distracted. Just yelling about how annoying it is that the gliders in those games don't let you... They're the only thing that'll expire. Flying machine, yeah. Like, you could have good flying machines. People found a fun way to have the flying machines anyway, because screw you, Nintendo, for telling us what we can and cannot do. But I can't help but feel that that the wings were like the first thing they put in, and they're like, we better, like, this will be like a power-up sort of thing, so we better restrict it like a little bit. And then it was a case of, oh wait, this is actually really fun. We're gonna do this, but more so. Beep. Or like the most common objection to flight is usually, but it breaks it. Backtrack, yeah. Update, operation with perfect victory. We covered the tech from Black Site, but 3 of the 4 squad members were killed. The last guy survived with 1 hit left. At least they took 19, but nice! I think that if you average that out, that is a success. More people you didn't want alive died than the people that you wanted alive, which is good. Yeah. If there was a thought that was going on, my brain's just like, nah, you've kind of reached the end of this topic, and that's all that we've got in there. Good luck with that. Right, you need to take the... Oh, sweet, it still worked somehow. That has to be a glitch of, because I was doing something on the other screen, because when the screen was rolling over, a block was being hit in the same position that it just aired out. I don't know, there's something about these older games where there was a much bigger limit on what you could or couldn't do from hardware. Like how the Japanese versions of any NES RPG, by definition, had a better story, because as a language, Japanese is much more compact than English. That's why you can get these things out. So they had to cut a ridiculous amount of script, which led to the new ones being, by necessity, a lot more dumbed down. It's interesting. I don't know. I feel like a big problem with games, aside from the massive impact that execs have had on the industry for saying, what if we do this? Because on paper, this generates more money. Is that technology is kind of plateaued. That there's not really much you can... There's not much more that you can do. Like, if you look between even NES and Super NES, or PS1 and PS2, massive jumps in the technology there. Like, graphics got better because the amount of memory and processing powers computers got were about the same level of good. Maybe, but the squad leader's big loss. And the gear loss is pretty rough too. Still, yeah, that I can understand that. That the closest I can think of is how for a lot of Doom, or whenever I play Doom or Wolfenstein, I'm like, all right, that was such a bad run at it that I don't think we can. I don't think I want to do that again. So I'm just gonna not. And I'm gonna restart. Also, this is one of the few levels where fire flowers are kind of better. They're just better than the leaves, because you can shoot down. get bent by the turtle. I flew too close to the fish. Hey, nice shot. But yeah, that is 100%. If you're in the mood for a hardcore game, that's a huge appeal of just being able to say, wait, okay, that was incredible. I slid under that thing. It's usually a one-hit kill no matter what if it eats you. Yeah, because I saw, oh, dang it. I've been on a massive mental minor fixation on RimWorld because that game's like Dwarf Fortress, which I have played for a long time without much luck. And I don't know, it's tangentially reminding me of how a big draw of that style of game isn't making something that goes really well and a well-polished machine. It's just, all right, everything's going to be a complete disaster. It's going to be more or less unmitigatable. How bad can we make things? And am I able, through just skill in the game alone, am I able to make it so that we can still survive? And it feels like that's a kind of similar vibe for XCOM of, here's a challenge. How well can I actually run through this? And man. Oh yeah, we didn't need to do that at all, but we're here. I know where that 1-up is. I don't know where that 1-up is. This is why I wanted to play on the NES controller. Aside from the fact that it's nostalgia and it makes my brain happy, you sometimes get input errors with a joystick. I probably should be using the actual D-pad on the controller, but oh, come on. Well, this is going in a direction. I don't know, it's just how the controller it's like the ergonomics behind it, you know? That it feels better to use the joystick with this. Yeah. Just one of those things. Alright. There we go. Ah! As I said, this is going in a direction. Fortunately, if you know what you're doing, it is almost impossible to lose lives. Emphasis on almost, because, I don't know, after World 4? 3? 5? The game gets mean at a point. When that point specifically is, I don't remember. Sure, part of the challenge comes from knowing when to cut and run or to gamble. When half the squad went down the base radio and saying to extract because the mission isn't worth it. Still want to finish them. Yeah, we want to finish, but that's one of the most fun things about more hardcore games. That I really do understand why people like that sort of game, and why I'm so annoyed about how AAA games don't like to do high difficulty. And in some cases, I'm like, all right, I have no idea if I find the newer Mario game, newer Mario games easy because I've just played it so much that I'm used to it. Of like how everyone says Sunshine is super difficult, but I'm like, no, it's fine. It just wants you to have a fun challenge. I tried to get on top of that and I shouldn't have. But because when you have a game that makes you actually have to think about what should I do? Is this worth it? Or long term, is this going to be a bigger gamble than what it's worth? That's fun. Like, it's fun to have risks. It's much less fun to get... It's why I've always liked the beginning of a lot of games, where resources are scarce and... Oh, right, Wendy's a problem, because she does that. And you have to be a little bit intelligent about how you're using your resources for the only reason being it might not be worth it. Oh, right, we can just pause this because ads. Be back in a sec. Turn the music on and attempt to reconnect this controller. I need to... yeah, I tried again, no luck. We're very different kind of gamers. You know, fair and valid. Like, the only things are falling apart. Perfect. The timing worked. Like, my opinion, only proper way to enjoy a game. Like, best way to enjoy a game is just if you had fun. Alright, that's for me on being greedy to try to see if I could jump over that to skip that section of the cannons. Shouldn't have done that. Like, if you have fun in the way you play, perfect. Thing is that it is nice to have. I find it nice to have a challenge. Like, that's a way that I enjoy playing games. But I also do enjoy just passing out on the couch and grinding stuff, or just brain empty. Let me do something that's fun and it's kind of just dumb fun. Mentioned it earlier in group chat, but Final Mission XCOM 1, yeah, it was so extremely difficult that most people wasn't able to finish, and canon ending is for that mission to be a failure. The funny thing is, I almost mentioned it, but I think I was at work and doing something at that point still, but it reminded me of Metro. That the first game is the problem with Wendy is that she is designed to mess with players who have the muscle memory of you can just jump on them, and when they pop out, you can jump on them again. Because that ring goes out as fast as possible. But yeah, the canon ending of Metros goes bad ending on the first game, good ending on the second game, up to interpretation, but probably the good ending on the third game, because the series is known for having a morality system so complex and at times complex, nonsensical, and hard to get, that if you're not doing like a full pacifist playthrough with getting every special morality point that you can, you're probably going to get the bad ending. And it's so prevalent in the first game that they're like, all right, we can work on this. We can get some good storytelling. It's always when I'm fully powered up that I actually know how to work cautiously. And it's always cool when devs recognize how most people play their games and adjust things accordingly. I will say that the absolute best MMO in terms of how they address and treat their player base is like Destiny, for as many flaws and critiques you want to point out to it. Alright, I don't have a hammer. Like, there's a lot of valid things you can say about that game. But the funniest thing that I will always love and respect that game for is the fact that they just made a canon that the Guardians are as weird as the player base is. Like, they have it in trailers where characters deliberately and maliciously get enemies' names wrong, where the canonical reason for a bunch of Guardians doing anything is they want the loot. Anything else is secondary. I think there's like one codex entry that's like, Guardian, you ran this horrible simulation that could not only kill you, but trap you in a never-ending cycle of torment 500 times because you wanted a gun. It has trench barrel on it, Get out. And mutual kill. Like any game that can admit, all right, our players are really fucking weird, and that's funny, is a game that understands the job. Yeah. Yeah. It would... I wonder what the... Okay, there's a 1-up... 10 coins there? No, that's a star. Well, we've learned nothing. In many regards, we're much worse off than we were before we started with that. Oh, sweet, a cloud. That is useful in, like, 1 or 2 instances where the level's a pain in the ass. It's really funny, because if you don't beat the next level after the one you skipped when you use a cloud, like if I wanted to skip level 3 here, I'd have to do the castle or else I'd come back behind level 3. Which is just really... You're really banking... You're really banking on the vague hope that the next level... How did that even happen? Is less of a pain in the ass than the one you just skipped. Chat, I think we're in a cycle of hurting. We are in... Oh, come on! I'm getting my muscle memory crossed. Is anyone keeping track? Please tell me someone... Is this like 7 lives? What the actual fuck? There we go. That's what I've been... That exact thing is what I've been trying to do every single run. That is the muscle memory I have for this stage of going under one, jumping up with the... You know, sometimes I wonder why I try. I really do. Purgatory? No, I'm probably in hell. Like, it's deserved, and I know what I did to get in there, but that's most likely where I am. I just want to have a nice time with one of my favorite games. Literally foundational memory. And it's just like, first the controller that you love using for this is not going to work. And then this is going to happen. Have fun. The reason I love XCOM, new recruits are randomly generated for the look and name. One of the new guys, recruit Thomas. Thomas T. Thomas. You gotta love it. Well, fortunately, as I said, it's almost impossible to legitimately run out of lives because... Fucking hell. Yep, got 2. Lost I don't know how many. I swear, if that would have been anything but a star. When I say I don't know what I did to deserve that, I mean I don't know what specifically. Alright, that was... Wait, that one was on me. I did. I know it was something. I love the little legs on these things. Like, I feel that's that's another big reason why gaming isn't what it used to be. Because we're at a point where people think they have to be serious and that they're above just simply putting little legs on little dudes. With so many great things are just little legs on little dudes. Like, we have little fire sprites that are, in my opinion, one of the most adorable enemies in this game. And then you have, like, most of Earthbound's enemies, now that I think about it. You have, like, the Rambling Evil Mushroom, which is the best name of an enemy I've ever seen in an RPG. It's just fun. Also, on the subject of Earthbound, I 100% believe that... Oh, shit. Persona is the closest long-running JRPG in the similar style of Earthbound, because it's just modern day, but everything's a little fucked up, a little weird, and everyone's just kind of dealing with it. Huh. I don't know if that makes sense or is weird, but I've never played a Persona-type game, so I don't know. Alright, I'm just being petty about this because... There we go! Just trying for that this entire time. The game said no. God damn. You know, I'm also just remembering that I forgot to eat dinner tonight. I had a baked potato when I got home, but beyond that, completely forgot. Ah well, it happens. Guess we'll... Next commercial. Oh, wait a... Love it when that happens. Oh, right, it's just aiming for... How long have I been talking? How long have I been doing this? What time is it? Why are you still here? The inside of my brain is a mystery. Mostly to myself. There it is. Ow. Oh, right. This one where the whole gimmick is... Yeah, I want that. Is you can go between big and regular size. For a nice little treat. I almost forgot that you cannot jump on the regular size clouds. There's, however, so much more stuff on the other side. Like, any block that has a power-up won't. Well, that's gone forever. Had a good run of things. Yeah, like a big... Like, the one thing I've seen is... that I remember hearing is that most people would love dang it. An RPG-style game where it's not fantasy, not a bunch of kids, which, unfortunately, Persona and Earthbound, we're just eating that. Don't fulfill. Like, the only game that that does that all in one point in place is Yakuza. That's it. Ooh, Tanuki soup. Which is too bad. I think there's a huge market for a game that's just, yeah, we've got a bunch of old people. They're saving the world. And by old, we mean like mid-30s, which... If I ever have another, like a big event stream... dang it. You need to full send it there, or else you can't make that jump. Actually, a lot of this game is... You gotta full send it. Full send it, know how to bounce off of enemies. It's either full send it or bounce off of that dude. Yeah, this is where the game starts to get mean. Nope. This entire section is just... The funniest thing I've ever heard is... I think the problem is a combination of intended market teenagers and conceivable ability to spend their nights saving the world without worrying about work taxes. True, which just although in my opinion that just feeds into the conceivable ability to save the world without having to worry about schoolwork and also having no energy. So I don't know. It's like there's like several points of life where you just don't have energy and they're all in a row together. It sucks. All right, if you're able to keep... God! No, this is the section that if you're able to keep a leaf. The previous section was there's a trail of boxes that led to a Tanuki suit that let you just get up. No, it led to a leaf, I think, that let you fly up and get a Tanuki suit. I do agree with that. The big problem is it's really hard to have time to, like, save the world or do anything else. I did not mean to press that one. I just saw what that was and thought, it'll be fine. Yeah, well, I seem to be getting a stupid amount of those, so... I love this guy. I love this one, because it's just... it's just there, flailing his arms, going... Love that. Love that one transformed king. Yeah, there's just, like, not enough time in the world to do anything fun outside of work. We don't have time or energy to save the world, don't have time or energy to even go bowling. It's like it's a concentrated effort by people to make sure that you have less energy or ability to do things outside of a very narrow gap of what they want you to. Well, we're doing this carefully. Very carefully. God. I mean, case in point to all that is I have really been wanting to stream the entire week because, that was dumb of me. So I do love streaming, but every so often I can feel that, all right, I've been really low energy or hard to focus and keep a conversation going or even just keep my thoughts together. And the next day I'm always just tired. I don't feel like I'm doing a good job of it. And I'm like, all right, I know, I am recognizing this. I know what to do. I need to actually take a break. And then all the rest of life steps in. It is almost guaranteed that whenever I try to take a week off, I just end up getting hit harder by life. So it's almost like the best thing I could do, short of telling everything involved to fuck off and shove it, is to just figure out how to not get hit by life so much. Or power through it anyway. Hey, dude. You know, I don't know if he's wearing less of a shirt or more of a shirt than when he was a lizard. One of life's eternal mysteries, you know? I just saw my speech to my closed caption window, and I could not be more prouder of a machine. it knew exactly where to put the implied capitalization on Eternal Mysteries. Love it. There we go. There we don't go. There we go again. It's always a treat when they give you a star, because just you want to not think about this? Go ahead. Oh, right, I remember what I was talking about. Types of Marios. I remember hearing a couple things, or God, that. Oh, hey, want to skip most of the level? Done. If you miss this, you have to go through a whole thing, but one option is you can just not. You can just hit that brick and that's the output pipe. That's another output pipe. You don't, legally speaking, they can't make you complete that level the proper way if you don't want to. There we go, we're starting to get it now. You can just say no. No, Kaizo Marios are something that if you look at the games that they're often based off of, like, ooh, another Tanuki suit. Ah! Like Super Mario World or Mario Bros. 3. They're not necessarily any meaner than the actual game. Like, there are points where you have to do... The one that always stands out to me is Super Mario World. That there... What? Oh. Guess I don't want you jumping on it. Oh no! Ah, I wanted the boot. I'll always just go back and do this level the way... and do the castle anyway. Dang it! Well, that's about par for the course for how things have been going tonight. And today, and this week, and this month. It's been a time of all times. So I appreciate people showing up to encourage me while I, largely speaking, go insane on stream. Because it's nice. Yeah, like a lot of Kaizo Marios. If I ever finish this thought, if I don't finish it this time, I'm giving up on it because obviously it was never meant to come out. Like, they just feel like how old games are. Because after a certain age, the design philosophy went from, oh sweet, we can make these very deep and detailed interactive experiences, to, we are putting this in a machine, in an arcade, and our pay is directly proportionate to how much we can make people put quarters after quarter in. We want it to be just hard enough that they think they can do it, but not too easy that they actually can. Oh, hey Ray, thanks so much for the check-in. How are you doing? And thank you so much for the lurk. I hope that you're having a good Valentine's Day. It's always nice seeing you around. Alright. Hang on, this is reminding me that I should... Where's the to-do list? Oh, hey! That does work. That was the exact question. I'm like, is Ray in the shout-out bot? I have no idea because it has been a long time since I updated it. Yeah, go check out Ray. She's really cool. Like, music, gaming, maiden rigged. Ah. All right, I don't. Okay, that is meant to be. We're not getting that secret up there. We're getting that secret up there. Yeah, I'm having a surprisingly okay day. I was over-caffeinated to survive work, and decided, you know, I think the best way forward is that. Come on. All right. It's a very difficult... All right, yeah, now I'm being punished for my hubris. It's a very difficult run-up, but there's a secret that you can get there. But yeah, overcaffeinated, which leads to me being the type of overtired where I'm like, It feels weird. Yeah, it's a day where I survived. I actually got a text a little bit earlier that of a family member asking if I survived my day, and I'm like, no. Exhausted slap. Yes. Yes, like I will probably blow out my throat and I'll be useful. Useful? The heck? It'll be fun. Yeah, awesome, talented. Yeah, go follow her. She's great. So, there's the one-up. Now, where's the other one-up? Not there. I keep on forgetting. There it is. Okay, I have, through burning it in my brain. Shit, what is it? 10 coins, is that? Holy sh... There? Alright. Flower has to be that. There we go. Ah. So we've reached a very interesting and funny point of the game. I'm at the point where my maximum capacity of items that I can store in the B menu has exceeded the 3 frames I get. And every time you get a match in that matching game, the item goes in that inventory. So, we kind of have to use them or we're going to eventually... I think it's the very last item, like the last, it was a mushroom? That gets used, but we have to use it or lose it. Yeah, because that's a P-Wing now. Alright, we're getting fire flower. And I know it's suffering from success because in theory, you're not supposed to have that issue. You're supposed to be using them to get yourself out of a jam, but I just don't need to. I say as I... Oh, almost got hit twice. Goddamn. Right. I was going... Did I actually get that thought out? Nope. You know what? Screw it. We're just full sending it here. I know what's going on, and we have the aforementioned item problem, so it's fine. I have enough of this game memorized that we probably won't die, and now that I've said this, we are going to die immediately, because oh my god, why do I keep on forgetting that I can't say this or else it just happens? Holy shit, I talked my way through. Okay, I had another random thought, and nobody actually tests this. I remember one day I was overstimulated, and I set up the banned words list to include yap and yapping. So there's a non-zero chance that if anyone says that, they're going to get banned. And I should probably turn that off on account of how that word and its derivatives has been just common parlance for the entire VTuber sphere, despite the fact that personally it sounds like nails on a chalkboard for me, and if it's I should set it to a timeout if I can, because there's a raid where that's in the raid message. That could be a disaster. It could also be really funny. Hey. Right, there it is. The problem is it's not exactly the line between hell yeah, Tanuki suit, finally. Raccoons can just do this. But yeah, it's not exactly it's one of those cases where the Venn diagram of it would be funny and I would feel so bad. They're two circles. And dang it! So I was saying about how these games are old games. If you go back far enough to where games were made for arcade, they're basically Kaizo traps. We have that. Have the Tanuki suit. It's basically the same thing as Raccoon suit, but better. Also, we are going to put so many power-ups in your way that are hard to avoid to get you to oh, hey, Tanuki suit again. To lose this suit, it's not even funny. Alright, I'm just going to full tap. Holy shit, that actually worked. I am facepalming not because I didn't expect that to work, but because I forgot that that is a solution. That you can actually just do that, and it works every time. It's the trick. Ah, right. So, another funny thing about how much I've played this stupid game, I say as if it's not consistently ranked as one of the best games ever made, for good reason. It is very good. Is that there's a handful of levels. Oh, come on, I was on top of that. There's a handful of levels in this game. I don't know. I don't know what they look like. I've never played them because the strategy has always been don't do level 6 here. It's a pain. And also, I might have just overwritten the Tanuki suit with a music box. Right, that's what I should do. Use these because I never actually... The whole thing with the music box is that it's, in theory, lets you skip over a Hammer Bro that puts them to sleep, and I think might have one or... No, it's pretty much just you put a Hammer Bro to sleep. Which is great. Except... Ah, dang it. Worth it. Except you lose out on... Unless you're really lucky with the level ending timer, because that's... Ah! Well, that happens. Because the way that I've been getting those card games is that if you end with a certain score, coin count, and or time left on the clock, those will appear. If you get a very specific end that I rarely go for because it's just compared to 5-up, you get yeah, like that. I don't know what I had, but these appear when you get certain scores. So the only real way to get items and stuff is to fight the Hammer Bros, and you get some good stuff. Now, I never use said good stuff, but I recognize it's good. That's good enough for me. Okay, good. That doesn't work every time. It just works most of the time. 60% of the time, it works every time. Yeah, so I've never had a Hammer Bro where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to skip it. It's hard, and I would like to get on, worth it, with the level. Because it's usually much better to grab the Hammer Bro. So those always clog up my inventory. Yeah. I know there's one more place. Or is there? Because talking about Hammer Bros reminded me of the... Oh, right, I remember this level. It's a massive pain in the ass. The only other thing that... Like, the unique stuff you get from Hammer Bros are music boxes and hammers. which I shouldn't do this because I never, especially on stream, I shouldn't go for the hidden warp whistles because now I have 3 and I have no reason. Well, I kind of have a reason to have 3 in this one because, this should surprise absolutely no one when I say that despite saying I'm only aiming for 2-hour or stream, I'm actually going to just go all the way. Probably do 3 hours and play through this entire game in one in one sitting, because yes. Yeah, you only need 2 warp whistles to get to any level in the game. If you have 3, you can loop it back to level 1. Because it's the warp islands arranged in worlds 1, 2, and 3 are in their own kind of grid thing. Or line that you can choose between. And then 4, 5, and 6 are as well. Or maybe 1. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've gone and checked out the Warp Island, because I love this game. I just want to play through it all, you know? And the Warp Whistles were originally a skip for if you called the hotline, or... That's close. Or knew about it in either Nintendo Power or some other hint guide, or just found them through messing around, which is pretty common way to find things. Like, they're a way that if you had to turn off the NES, but we're like, I am on, as far as I've ever gotten, I'm on world 6 out of 8, and I have to go, but I want to get back here. Then you could, there are skips. Like, sure, you didn't get the end of the world letters from Princess Peach with an item rolled in, which, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. But you also got to get right back to it. Ah, yes. Never mind. There's 2 places that fire flowers are handy, and this is one of them. Or maybe not. Yes. Also, I absolutely love how the coins are square blocks with the dominant background texture, and then they decide to have this world, which is all stripes, and they're like, well, we can't do much more. Probably because they literally couldn't. Like, I was saying earlier about how most games on the NES were severely limited by... so close. Severely limited by cartridge size of... well... oh no, an excuse to use... ooh, a hammer! Oh, wait a minute! Ooh. Aha! I almost yeeted myself into the abyss without a plan. Wait, they probably couldn't do a version of the coin pickup with the striped background in it. Like, well, the striped background is unique enough that we're keeping that. Partially because full blue... yeah, you kind of need blue and white to get the snow aesthetic. It's good. Good plan, good plan. Wow, another one. I swear, the worse my luck is in everything else... did I find the other 20? Oh, that's the exact same. I feel like that was frame perfect recap of the exact last time I got one of those. Oh, it's World 7! I remember there's one place where I will dip into the special power-ups because the alternative is way to hit right where I'm meant to go. I'm gonna use that and that because I just need to. I need more space. Like the only place where I'll say, without a doubt. So come here often. Without a doubt, the only place where I need a power-up, aside from evidentially this castle, is one water level where you have to avoid a bunch of jellyfish. I don't even have an excuse for that. I wasn't trying to jump for something. I wasn't distracted. I was just, yeah. What if I walked off? What the absolute fuck? Oh, come on. That barely grazed my cheeks. You have to dodge a bunch of jellyfish, and without the massive boost to swim speed that you get from having a frog suit on, that level is so hard. That level is, like, there's just a point where playing it was agreed that you need to have a power-up so you can just eat a hit. Beyond that, no other way. It is legitimately that bad. Will this work? Holy shit, I'm a genius. Oh, hey Minx! How's it going? How's Final Fantasy IX? Hope that you had a good day. Nice seeing you around. We're remarkably on schedule to beat this game in one sitting. Wait, I know what the issues will be. First is World 7, because World 7 is just built like that. Second is World 8, because they're like, alright, if you get this far, we need to pull out the big guns. Well, that. The high Q. I'm not even sure what you mean, because that at least, oh, right, that. Yeah. A good chunk of this is that I'm not even kidding when I say this game's muscle memory. I am looking at the screen more because I'm tired, bit out of it, like overcaffeinated, overtired, it's fine. But a good chunk of it is just like the boss fights with the dudes in the castle. I just know how to do those. I don't even think when doing that. I know exactly when. I know exactly when they pop out of their slight invincibility phase and know how to be on top of them. That's how I feel about Sonic. Yeah, it's really fun to have like one or two of those games where it's just, I know exactly what's going on here. Oh. Wow, it's been forever since I thought I had a little bit more invincibility than I did. So, oh, not only that, this is literally the first thing I ever remember happening. Like, the earliest memory I have is someone playing this game. Alright, it's, yep. Wait, I remember. there's like a section. Yeah, it's here. Clear out that area. Grab that Koopa. Let that beetle grab it. Because this level loops. Oh, no, dang it. See if I can do it with this. Nope. But if you don't get it once, you just keep on going. There's a pipe at the end, and it brings you right back where you started. Brain cells working. Nah, there's a couple of games I can play without thinking. This is one of them. This is one of them, I say, as I do something extremely stupid. So I do two things extremely stupid. But yeah, I'll always find that my brain said, hey, start recording, this shit's important, when somebody was playing this game. Be extremely careful. You know what? Just for the interest of not having to, of not having this be the same, being stuck in a loop of messing this up. There we go. That is what I was attempting to do. But yeah, we're just vibing today. Talking about whatever, seeing what happens. Attempting to beat this game in under 2 hours, which I don't think is going to happen at this point, but you know what, yeah. The odds of me saying that it's going to be a short stream and there actually being a short stream is 0 to none. But it's nice seeing you, Minx. I hope that you've been having a good day. And yes, I am a bro soup. And yeah. How's your day been? It's all in all easier, but I've made some notes over the past, not even a week, more months, of various things that I want to train my brain to add to my various streaming scripts. Because a good chunk of how I do streaming is just, like, I know, like, when a raid happens, there's the immutable script that I've slowly been trying to change, and I kind of want to do there's a couple things I want to do to try to encourage people to chat a bit more. We're good with this. Good. Right, going ahead, plan B for Valentine's. I have not seen Wolfwaker, but I can only assume that it's a little bit like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. A little bit like every werewolf movie you ever heard. Oh, nice kids movie. Wait, I think I remember seeing, like, clips of it now. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, if you have a Fire Flower, you can thaw those out. Didn't have enough discs, cartridge space to put in a different background for coins, but I did have one for Frozen. Made Sea of Song. That one sounds familiar. But, yeah, my memory for movies is non-existent because I forget to sit down. I'm glad that you're able to still have a nice Valentine's Day. That I don't know, I like the day for what it can be, but and understand why a bunch of people are frustrated for it, because relationships, when I say they're not for me, I mean literally asexual. My brain is wired to be a flavor of ace, where for the longest time I didn't really understand the appeal or need, because I was just fine vibing on my own. And then when I saw a couple friends go through a very rough breakups, I'm like, my first response was, why would anyone do that? Like, try for a relationship if that's a possible outcome, if it can mess people up that much. And also had a thought in the back of my head of like, wait, maybe I'm not processing maybe there's something else there that I should look into. That's 20 coins, not one up. So it's always been something that I get in theory, but beyond that, like good for you. I'm glad that people who are enjoying this sort of thing are enjoying this sort of thing. Along with a little, gonna be honest. Well, I do understand why a bunch of people have bad feelings about this game, or day. There's a holiday going on. Come on, brain. It is kind. I guess the best way to say is that I'm of the camp where I get annoyed by both people today. The extremely over-the-top public displays of affection and the very grouchy, I am angry about this day today and making that everyone else's problem. At the same point, I don't know, I guess if you're willing to look for like the reasons behind why someone's reacting a certain way, I'm just gonna let you tunnel through and ow. Then you can find the rationale behind it and at least commiserate with them. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's where it ended up. Hang on, that's too perfect not to be a quote, because the idea of, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's, focus one thing at a time. I don't know where it's. Oh. Oh, sweet. It defaulted to the last one. Like, Songs and Rallies. The Finns were just right about this. I don't know where we were going with that, but that's where we ended up. That's just kind of. I like to think about that's the style that I go for streams. That wherever we end up, there we are. Ow. Huh? That's what happens if you hit one of those? Wild. Was that worth it? Probably. Definitely not. Definitely was not worth it. Alright, is level 9A better, or is this one that I don't recognize because I've never played it? This is one I don't recognize because I've never played it. The funny thing is I also don't recognize which levels I don't know because I've never played them to not know. If that makes sense, you should check if you smell toast. Because something's probably on fire and it's probably my brain. Can't get to that. Well, that would have been nice, but long gone now. Hey. Someone at Nintendo really enjoyed mazes. Like, just conceptual. Alright, glad that's over, because I'd rather not. Another thing to keep that down, and away we go. Which I suppose we're getting back into the whole... We're trading old rants. Eh? That was like 3 layers of fuck up. I'm not even mad, I'm just impressed. Oh shoot. Here, take that. Because first I slipped off of the ice blocks up here, caught myself, tried to keep going, did not succeed, jumped on the edge like 3 times, and then finally, mercifully, fell. I can't even be mad about all that. That's just fun. That's just hilarious. Alright, what happens? That has to be default behavior. You know, if the player hits something that shouldn't be able to be hit, because I think 9 times out of 10 that... Oh, when we were so close to the end, of course. I guess it's... Ah! Spike ceiling. One of my fourth favorite type of ceiling. Yes. Right. Alright, I gotta land somewhere and hope I don't eat it. There we go. Now time for ads. And for me to maybe get something to eat, because that's been an ongoing problem. Wink. All right. Back, and I've gotten a snack. By that, I mean there's a bag of chips just sitting on my desk taunting me that I know I am not going to remember to open or even have any idea of how to space that in as something to eat while on stream. And it's probably an awful stream snack. Anyway. Wait, ah! I didn't have anywhere to jump to. Ah, well, those things are a dime a dozen. As in, I have way too much. Still in my inventory. You know, just for the meme, let's see if we can do this in a frog suit. There's some special dialogue if you do it in a Tanuki or frog suit, and the frog suit's funnier. First of all, the rapid hops. Oh. This is gonna suck. Or will it? I don't think the frog suit actually gets you any additional height. It's just much more awkward to move around in. And this ship's... Yep, there it is. The entire gimmick is... nut lifts. Alright, this time for sure. I say with no precautions. Yeah, more thoughts are coming through with less idea of what to go off of them. I think the base jump's higher. Yeah, that... You know, I think what we're going to do is skip World 7 because that one's just brutal. And see how many skips we can use. Skips, P-Wings, or otherwise to just go straight up to Bowser. Because that is... I just felt myself do a false start 3 times, and I think I definitely have to do the somewhat smart thing. No! Alright, I'm calling bullshit on that one. There we go, that's what I meant to do. Egg! Eggs! So many eggs. You have no idea. How's ice? Hope you're doing well. Happy Valentine's Day. Wait, what do you... What have I ever done that makes you think I know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, you can't warp to World 1 because you start in World 1. That makes sense. Got 1, 2, 3. Wait. Nope. Okay, calm. Why do I not believe you? Hey, I actually never... So I never actually tried to use Cloud on these stages for any of the Bowser Army stages that I assume that it'd work, but I guess not. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you being here. It's always nice seeing you. And also, just jumped right into that. So mad props to the designers for taking a handful of pipes, wooden airship bits, and only little bit of new parts and managing to make some, like not that one, but there's some tanks that are pretty good. Like they even have Rocky Wrenches as pilots. Like this one is very good tank shape. And they have like the little half blocks but not that looks like machine guns. Did good. Ah! As even odds on if that was going to work or not, but we're fine. We're fine. We got power-ups. We got stuff. All right, that's what I thought was that. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day, especially Ace. I dropped in. I was unexpectedly holding a lit bomb and had nowhere to go. Got two cute guys' numbers. Damn, they're multiplying. Nice going. I think from everyone I've heard from today that wasn't already in a relationship, you're kind of winning Valentine's Day today. Just getting success after success. Red, why does Bowser make all his weapons out of wood? Status symbol. He lives in a volcano. There's no wood to be had, so... That, and practically speaking... I think the tanks... Arguably the Air Force stage later, but the tanks are one of the only ones that wouldn't necessarily need to be made out of metal. But most of his forces are either airships from the past couple worlds or an actual navy. That's coming. Actually, that's the next stage after this one. So, big tank, tonk. So practically speaking, there's not much need for anything beyond this, or beyond wood. Yes, a single hammer, bro. And a star. So net zero on that. Wait, frog suit. I think this might cause... I'm gonna switch out just in case, because I'm not sure how... We ride with this. If it works horribly, then we died as we live. Wow, we didn't even need to get to the water for this to work horribly. Because there's a little exploit here. You do not need to engage with this at all. You can simply swim under most of the level. I say with complete confidence I did this last time because I also did this every single time once I realized that the ship doesn't go down far enough to push you into the death floor or out of the level. Although I think that only lets you skip one boat, that if you try to be smart, that this one, yeah, this is feeling familiar, that this one doesn't have enough space for you to jump up on the back end. I should grab a thing. There's not enough time to get out the front. it's all. I always love playing these sorts of games on stream because I have no idea what's going to be a weird and random hang-up. Like, there's runs through where all of that nonsense doesn't do anything, and I like never get hit by bombs. It's never an issue. Never has been a stumbling block. And this time I've gotten hit so many times by bombs in places that I'm like, ow, how did I get hit here? That never happens. And sometimes it goes absolutely perfectly, and sometimes we have things of like like that. Okay, actually, I hate to do this, but alright. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I hope this works. Alright, that didn't work at all. I was hoping that I was able to go back to an earlier level and restart World 7 because I'm unfortunately really feeling it right now and don't think I can keep streaming. I am probably going to get something to eat and then go to bed because really wanted to stream, really wanted to make it a bit longer if I could or finish that. So I think I turned it off without saving, so yeah, well, not like that hasn't happened before. But yeah, I'm getting a headache and I can feel all my joints, so so we're going to pick it up, and it's just World 8. I say like it's a just thing. We'll get to it. We'll finish it later, and we'll have enough time for other games. Thanks. I really appreciate it. It was nice hanging out, and I'm glad I was able to get one stream in. Fortunately, because we're ending early, there's people who are on stream around the same time as me that I never get to raid that we can. So if you're a fan of small, round things that have a tendency to blow up, you're going to love Ozza. They are one of the 50,000 plus clone bunnies that you can make explode for 10 channel points each, or throw stuff, or throw them at themselves. They're great. You're going to love them. See ya.